Watch. Paralympian Oksana Masters thanks Kim K for Skim's representation. A star-studded affair fit for a TV queen. Girl honoring the late comedy icon Betty White, who passed away at age 99 last month. President Joe Biden, Drew Barrymore, Valerie Bertinelli, Cher, Ellen DeGeneres, Jimmy Fallon, Tina Fey, Tracy Morgan, Goldie Hawn and Bryan Cranston will come together to pay tribute to White and her unparalleled career in TV and film. Other names participating include Ted Danson, Anna Gasteyer, Jay Leno, Anthony Mackie, Joel McHale, Jean Smart and Mary Steenburgen. White's former Hot in Cleveland co-stars Jane Leeves and Wendy Malick will also appear, as will White's Mama's Family co-star Vicki Lawrence. During the special, friends and fans of White will recount their favorite memories and reveal untold stories to commemorate the life and legacy of the trailblazing television star. The telecast will include clips and never-before-seen footage that best capture White's irreverent tone, spirit and impeccable comedic timing that are a hallmark of her decades-long career. White was an Emmy, Grammy and SAG Award winner as well as being a tireless advocate for animals. Celebrating Betty White. America's Golden Girl is from Emmy Award-winning Brad Lackman Productions and is executive produced by Brad Lackman and Bill Bracken and produced by Matt Lackman. Celebrating Betty White. America's Golden Girl airs Monday, January 31st at 10 p.m. on NBC and will be available the next day on Peacock. Scroll through the photo gallery below to relive White's most iconic and hilarious roles. Life with Elizabeth. In 1952, Betty White landed her first lead on a TV series with Life with Elizabeth. On the show, she played Elizabeth, wife to Alvin Delmore, as fans tuned in to see the day-to-day events of the newly married couple. The black and white show had 3 short sketches and often broke the imaginary fourth wall for a unique watching experience. Date with the Angels. For 2 seasons, White played new bride Vicki Angel in the 1950s comedy show. Every episode followed Vicki and her insurance salesman husband Gus Bill Williams, as well as their friends and neighbors. The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Oh, Sue Ann Nivens. Beginning in Season 4 of The Mary Tyler Moore Show, White stepped into the role of Sue Ann Nivens, who, to this day, is one of her more memorable characters. Sue Ann was the neighborhood nymphomaniac, who worked at the same network as Mary Richards, Mary Tyler Moore, but instead of working on the WJM News show, she was the star of The Happy Homemaker and talked about cooking, decorating and bizarre-themed shows about fruit and famine. Off-screen Shay was saucy, man-obsessed and super competitive, which only made us love her more. The Betty White Show. The Illinois native played an over-the-hill TV star named Joyce Whitman on The Betty White Show. Throughout the series, fans saw Joyce trying to stay relevant, star in a terrible crime drama called Undercover Woman, directed by her ex-husband, all while living with a crazy roommate named Mitzi, Georgia Engel. The Love Boat. The actress guest starred on 5 episodes of The Love Boat, the memorable series about romantic and hilarious tales of passengers and the crew on board the Pacific Princess, as both Louise Willis and Betsy Boucher from 1980 to 1985. Mama's Family. White was a recurring character on Mama's Family, which was a spin-off of the skit The Family from the Carol Burnett Show starring Vicki Lawrence as Thelma. Mama Harper. White played the eldest of Thelma's 3 children, Ellen, who was pretentious and avoided the rest of her family unless it suited her to be with them. The Golden Girls. Beginning in 1985, White played one of the 4 leads on The Golden Girls and won our hearts over with her portrayal of Rose Nylund. The series, which ran until 1992, was about 4 women who were either divorced or widowed and became roommates in Florida. With Rose's sweet demeanor and eternal optimism, Blanche's Rue McClanahan, love of all men, Dorothy's B. Arthur, strong and sassy command of the house, and her mother Sophia's, Estelle Getty, witty and wild humor. This show was quite a riot to watch every week. The Golden Palace. The Golden Palace was a short-lived spin-off of The Golden Girls following Blanche McClanahan, Rose White, and Sophia Getty after they buy a hotel. Since Dorothy Arthur was married, the trio had to fend for themselves and figure out what it actually takes to run a hotel. Maybe this time, Julia Wallace, Marie Osmond, did everything in her power to stay away from dating and instead chose to run the family-owned coffee shop she loves, but her mother Shirley White had other plans, making sure she doesn't give up on love. Ladies' man, Jimmy, Alfred Molina, was trying to raise his 10-year-old daughter with his current wife Donna, Sharon Lawrence, and his teenage daughter Bonnie, Kaylee Cuoco, who he shared with his ex-wife. To make things more complicated, his mom Mitzi, played by White, was always around. That 70s Show. White was a recurring character on That 70s Show as Bea Sigurdson, the grandmother of Eric Foreman, Topher Grace, and mom to Kitty Foreman, Deborah Jo Rupp. She was totally passive-aggressive and always yelling at her husband when she showed up in Wisconsin to pay the family a visit. Boston Legal. From 2005 through 2008, the hilarious actress starred as Katherine Piper on Boston Legal. Katherine was complicated to say the least, starting as the secretary to Alan Shore, James Spader, at Crane, Poole, and Schmidt. She, of course, was always on hand with a sandwich or cake and accidentally set her doctor's office on fire. She was wild. The bold and the beautiful. What TV actress hasn't been on a soap opera, right? From 2006 to 2009, White played Ann Douglas, who was the long-lost mother of Stephanie Forrester, Susan Flannery, on the long-running soap The Proposal. This comedy might be about book publisher Margaret Tate, Sandra Bullock, getting engaged to her assistant Andrew Paxton, Ryan Reynolds, in order to keep her Vizin stay in America, but White's grandma Annie really steals the show. When the fake couple go to Alaska to meet Andrew's family, Grandma Annie, or Gammy, makes everyone laugh with her tiny dog, bridal dress-fitting jokes and chanting in the woods. You again. White played Grandma Bunny in this 2010 comedy. After Marnie, Kristen Bell, realizes her brother is going to marry her high school bully, and her mother, Gail, Jamie Lee Curtis, is faced with her high school foe. The two can't help but face off against their nemesis ahead of the wedding. Good thing Grandma Bunny is there for comic relief, until her high school rival appears at the reception. Hot in Cleveland. White played the sassy caretaker Elka, who lives in the guest house of Melanie, Valerie Bertinelli, Joy, Jane Leaves, and Victoria, Wendy Malick, in this TV land comedy. After the trio of Los Angeles entertainment industry veterans is forced to land in Cleveland, Ohio on their way to Paris, they quickly discover that beauty and age are perceived differently than where they are from. This causes them to stay in Cleveland and rent a house where Elka is still residing, and causing some mayhem on her own. Bones. Even though White only appeared on 2 episodes of Bones as Dr. Beth Mayer, the world's most experienced forensic anthropologist, both appearances were totally memorable. She definitely gave Temperance Bones Brennan, Emily Deschanel, a run for her money in the lab, and her sass was spot on.